Welcome back to Coach's Corner. I'm Jenna Sanders and I'm here with volleyball coach, Coach Ellison. How are you doing today, Coach?
I'm doing great, Jenna. Thanks for asking. How are you?
I'm great. All right, so how do you feel about the season overall?
All right, overall, we finished with a record of 20-23. Really wanted to have a winning record, but we sort of front-loaded the season with some really tough competition. We dug ourselves a hole record-wise and tried to work our way out. What we try to do in our season is the main emphasis is to get better as the season goes along, and we certainly did that. We were over 500 the second half of the season, and we were on a stretch at one point where we were 9-2 at the end of the season. So those kind of things where we were improving, that's what you have to look forward to. Does that make sense? So
yeah.
The overall feeling at the end of the season is, real happy about it. You throw in the fact that this is the greatest group of kids, I've ever coached. They're just phenomenal kids, high character kids. They worked hard, they enjoyed practice. No bickering between players, which is kind of rare at times, And so it was really a successful season on my end.
All right, so going into the playoffs portion of the season, how do you feel about that?
Yeah, we went into the playoffs as the number 3 seed. We matched up round 1 against Arabia Mountain over in Lithonia, so we had to travel over there, and we won in 3 sets. Played well at times. There was some room for improvement. We had our emphasis after that was to eliminate a lot of our own unforced errors. And we did. The third match over there, I think at one point we were up 16-2 because we quit beating ourselves, quit making mistakes. Then after that, we advanced to the round of 16, which is further than we went last year, so I was happy about that. And we lined up against some veterans, and I saw a lot of tape on them, and we had a really good game plan going in, and we played them real tough. I mean, it was the scores in the games were 25-20, 25-17, and then I think 26-24, I think was the last score. So we played them tight, played them tough, and when we were able to do what we practiced, we were successful. They got us out of system a little bit, and that hurt us a little bit. The crowd noise was a little intimidating at first. I didn't prepare the team for that, and so I know better next time. But overall, I felt great about the playoffs. We played hard, we improved, and our kids didn't quit. They don't quit, so that you can't be upset about it.
All right, so what improvements do you plan on making for next year, since you got to go even farther every year?
We do. We want to be a little bit better every year. I think as a coach, I'm going to change my approach. We're going to do some more conditioning on the front end. Like when we showed up in August, we'd only done a little bit of conditioning in the off season, and that's my fault. We need to do more conditioning in the off season so that when August comes for tryouts, we're in better shape, and we don't have to spend precious time on the court conditioning. We should be in better shape from day one. So that's the first thing we're going to do. We're also going to do some more playing during the summer. We don't have a set team until August, but anybody can come play, right? So that's what we're going to do is encourage our girls. We're going to set up opportunities for them to play other schools. So we're going to change our off-season program. That's going to be the next major change.
Okay. So this year, who do you believe is your most improved or most impressive player?
Oh, well. Wow, most improved, most impressive. First of all, you got to talk about the seniors,
yes.
Right? Without a doubt, our defensive leader was Alexis Barrios.
Yes.
She's going to play at Liberty University. And so she's without a doubt, she was really what I feel is the best defensive player in the county, in the region, everything. She's really good as a libero. So we're really going to miss her. On offense, Emily Schaffhauser is one of our starting setters. As a senior, we're going to miss her. She was really good at putting the ball where we needed to put it so we could score offensively. Danny Simonson is another senior. I think she led the team in kills, was a first-team all-region player. She plays outside. We're going to really miss her. And the fourth senior is Jillian Rukaba. And so she stepped in when we had a big injury and gave us valuable playing time. And we're going to miss that depth next year. So as far as most improved or most valuable, it's very difficult to put it on one person because it's such a team sport. You need all of those components, right? And so you need those kids to step in and do their part for the whole thing to work. So I don't think there's any one person that's more valuable than another because we needed them all. As far as improved players, you can't say enough about kids who sort of enter this as a new level, because we had 3 freshmen start on the varsity, which I'm sure that was a little bit of a shock for them at the beginning. Speed of the game is a little different. We had kids stepping up from JV to varsity. We had a returning varsity player, Gabby Remkis, who changed positions. And then we added a sophomore at the end of the year off of JV, who came in. She was really a front row player on JV, but we used her mostly on the back row. So you look at improvement, they all improved, because from wherever they started to wherever we finished was a different, pace of the game or a different position or whatever. So you really can't give one person all the credit. Megan Lee, the kid who came off of JV, helped us immediately because of an injury, and we were down at Troop. The junior or the sophomores that stepped up and earned starting roles, Peyton McDaniel and Jesse Eccles, juniors this year that are going to be coming back, that immediately gave us an impact and that helped us. Gabby switching positions gave us an impact. Lauren Abadana, who's normally on the right side, played middle for us all year. And she fought through an injury at the beginning of the year, helped us out. So all of those things sort of work together to really make the team work. Can't say enough for Jessica Tomasello as well. She's our other setter who, helped us out and stepped up and became a leader. That kind of thing. She probably is not accustomed to that role, but that's what we needed her to do, and she did it. So you can't say it's one person. It's really much more of a team concept.
And going back to that team concept, and before you were talking about how well you girls got along, how important do you believe that is?
That's critical. Yeah, I'm going to tell you, we've had teams in the past, guys and girls. I've coached 4 different sports at 2 different levels. When there's bickering, finger pointing, that kind of drama that's going on behind the scenes, it sort of undermines everything that we're trying to do. And I don't care how much talent. And let me say it, last year you could argue we had more talent on the court last year. But this year, the lack of drama, the lack of bickering, and kids genuinely getting along. Kids in different grades getting along. Upperclassmen and underclassmen getting along with one another. Those kind of things are what helps solidify the team and help us come together. I told them on the very first day, and I told them on the last day, that I looked forward to seeing them every day at practice, because they are an unbelievable group of kids, and that hadn't changed. This will go down as one of my favorite teams of all time, probably my most favorite team.
All right, and lastly, talking about those seniors that you mentioned, what is that impact going to do once they leave?
Yeah, we're going to have some holes to fill, there's no doubt. The biggest hole probably will be Alexis. She's a libero. She was in every game unless she was hurt. She is the captain when she was on the court. So we're going to have a tough time filling her. I know that Tessa Laney, who is a freshman this year, played right side for us. She's going to move from right side hitter to setter, so that's probably who's going to fill in for Emily, who's graduating. We've got to find an outside hitter to replace Danny, so we're not real sure there. And then as far as filling in depth, we've got to find some front row players to fill in those gaps. We've got some holes to fill, but I mean, of the 15 kids we finished with, 4 are graduating. We have 11 returners. So I'm excited by that we have some kids that are coming back.
All right, well, thank you, Coach, and thank you guys for watching. We will see you next time.